Hey there, it's Lawso here, the Digital Assassin. This week we're going to talk about another acronym, CPC, which is cost per click. Now this came about from the concept of pay per click, PPC advertising. Now in the olden days, with TV, radio and print media, the way advertising was sold was on distribution. So the number of newspapers sold, the number of eyeballs in front of a TV or number of pairs of ears listening to the radio was how they based the pricing model. And if your ad didn't work or no one engaged with it, then they would blame the product, your ad. The media would never take any responsibility, which in some cases is still the same when we talk about digital marketing. So with digital, the opportunity arose for us to measure engagement. So we could show an ad on a screen and then someone could engage with that ad by clicking on it. And that click would take them to the landing page or to the website in order for some other action to happen. So therefore, rather than just paying for the number of eyeballs that saw the ad, now was the opportunity to only pay when someone clicked on the ad. So it was a completely new model, got advertisers very excited, much more engagement, a lot fairer way in a lot of people's eyes of charging for advertising. Now the price per click varies considerably depending on the industry. For example, we've got a customer that for the keyword rattan furniture is 73 cents per click. Whereas the ambulance chasing lawyers for personal injury, the keyword, depending on the city, whether it's country or the big cities, varies from $70 a click to $250 a click. Now, it doesn't really matter what the click price is, it's really how many leads and how many sales you get out of it. So what we suggest is starting with a modest budget, because what Google will do is they say, how much do you want to spend per day? So you might say $10, you might say $100, you might say $1,000 per day. Start small. Depending on the click price, you might have to up your budget a bit. So what happens is once you've consumed enough clicks to use up your budget, your ad will no longer be shown for the rest of that day. And once it clicks over to the next day, then your ads will be up and running again. The good thing is the Google ecosystem. Now they have 95% of the PPC market, so there's Microsoft's Bing has a small percentage. So really it's the ecosystem of Google that we focus on. So what happens there, they will tell you how many clicks you're missing out on. So you can get an idea of how much budget you could go to max out. Now, we suggest starting with a small budget, experiment with the ad copy, experiment with the landing page, the offer, experiment with the time of day, the day of the week, and the location you're targeting. So experiment with all of those things until the ROI is right, and then open up the budget. PPC's not for everyone, not for every industry and every product, but it's certainly so many advertisers use it. Google's majority of their revenue comes from this form of advertising, and people keep doing it because it does work. So worth experimenting. I would think you're best to get a professional to give you some advice. Otherwise you can rip up a lot of money if you follow Google's suggestions because they just want to take the cash. As always, if you're not sure what CPC, cost per click, is right for your category and how much budget you should be allocating, reach out. We'll do a bit of digging for you. We've got some tools that can tell us that information and then we can give you some advice. Hope you find this helpful. Thanks.